A stateless Go service crashed every 6 hours with 4 GB of RSS memory, despite a 512 MB limit. The culprit wasn't a memory leak, it was a missing field in the Ansible template. Let's break down Ansible for Kubernetes, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Ansible is an agentless automation tool that uses SSH or REST APIs to manage systems. For Kubernetes, it orchestrates cluster setup, application deployments, and configuration management via the K8s module, eliminating manual kubectl commands. Shell scripts with kubectl are fragile and error-prone. Ansible gives you idempotency out of the box. Run the same playbook 10 times, get the same result. The K8s module communicates directly with the Kubernetes API, skipping the kubectl binary dependency and providing proper error handling. Here's a complete playbook that deploys a web application to Kubernetes. It ensures the namespace exists, then deploys the application with resource requests and limits. The wait option blocks until the deployment rolls out. Hard-coding cluster IPs in your inventory is a disaster waiting to happen. Use dynamic inventory scripts or plugins to source cluster info from your cloud provider or a CMDB. This makes your playbooks environment-agnostic and safe to run in CI/CD. This Python script returns cluster endpoints and kubeconfig paths for production and staging. Make it executable, and Ansible will use it as a dynamic inventory source. The K8s module is idempotent by design. It compares the desired state with the current state on the cluster and applies only the diff. Under the hood, it uses the Kubernetes Python client to perform a strategic merge patch. To enforce exact state, use apply, yes for a full replace. This playbook uses apply, yes to force a full replace of the deployment. It only changes if the spec differs from the cluster state, ensuring idempotency. Never put plaintext secrets in your playbooks or inventory. Ansible Vault encrypts variables at rest, but the better pattern for Kubernetes is to use an external secrets operator like external secrets operator. This way, the actual secret never touches your playbook. This playbook creates an external secret resource that references a secret in a vault, then deploys the app that mounts that secret. The actual secret value never appears in the playbook. Ansible can orchestrate complex rollout strategies like Canary deployments. You create 2 deployments, stable and Canary, and a service that routes traffic to both. Use Ansible to gradually increase the Canary replicas and monitor error rates before promoting. This playbook deploys a Canary with limited replicas and updates the service to route traffic to both stable and Canary. The Canary percentage is calculated dynamically. When a deployment fails, you need to roll back fast. Ansible's block and rescue let you catch failures and execute rollback tasks. This gives you explicit control over which version to roll back to, unlike Kubernetes' default rollback. This playbook uses a block to deploy a new version. If the deployment fails, the rescue block rolls back to the previous stable version and notifies the team. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. The Ansible playbook that deployed the service used a Ginia 2 template with a typo. Resources limits memory was set to 512 MB, but resources.requests memory was missing. Kubernetes set requests equal to limits, but the Go app had a coroutine that spawned a subprocess reading large files. That subprocess wasn't accounted for in cgroup limits, so it consumed host memory until OOM. The Ginia 2 template omitted resources.requests memory, causing Kubernetes to set requests equal to limits, which allowed a subprocess to consume host memory. The fix was to add resources.requests memory, 256 MB explicitly and set memory swap, 0 in the container spec. Also added security context, run as non-root, true to prevent subprocess privilege escalation. This resolved the incident and prevents recurrence. If you omit resources.requests memory, Kubernetes defaults it to the limit. This can cause OOM kills if the container's actual memory usage exceeds the limit, as seen in the incident. Using the shell or command module to run kubectl bypasses Ansible's idempotency and error handling. Always use the dedicated K8s module for reliable results. Never put plaintext secrets in playbooks. Anyone with access to the playbook can read them. Use Ansible Vault or an external secrets operator instead. The Kubernetes core collection requires Ansible 2.1 Plus and the Kubernetes Python client greater or equal 12.0.0. If you use an older Ansible version, the collection may not be available. Install via Ansible Galaxy Collection, install Kubernetes core and ensure pip install Kubernetes is run on the controller. The article mentions K8's info but doesn't show it. Use it to fetch current state of resources, e.g., to check if a deployment exists before creating it, or to retrieve pod status for monitoring. When using apply, yes, the module uses server-side apply, which requires Kubernetes 1.16 Plus and the apply field manager. This can cause conflicts if multiple managers, e.g., other tools, manage the same fields. Use field manager parameter to set a unique name for Ansible's changes. To debug issues, first ensure the Python Kubernetes client is installed. Verify the kubeconfig path and cluster access using kubectl and the K8's cluster info module. If the playbook hangs on waiting, increase wait timeout. Let's run through some common interview questions. How does K8's module handle idempotency? Fetches current state, computes strategic merge patch, applies diff. When choose Ansible over Helm, multi-step workflows, DB migrations, smoke tests. What happens on second run with different image? Detects change, triggers rolling update, wait blocks until ready. And a few frequently asked questions. Can Ansible manage K8's resources? Yes, via Kubernetes core collection. How to install Kubernetes core? Ansible Galaxy Collection install Kubernetes core, pip install Kubernetes. Can Ansible bootstrap a cluster? Yes, using kubedem module or kubespray. Let's recap the key takeaways. Use Kubernetes core collection. K8's module is idempotent. Set both requests and limits. Use external secrets for secrets. Ready to go deeper? Up next, introduction to GCP, then getting started with GCP, then projects and billing setup and resource hierarchy. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.